Welcome to the Bourbon Van. I'm Phil.
I'm Julie. It's day 12 of the 2023 Advent Tournament. Welcome to the Bourbon Van's 2023 Advent Whiskey Tournament, presented by Bull Run Distillery and their extensive award-winning line of craft spirits. Do you know what's cool about day 12?
What could it possibly be?
We're both drinking glass number 12.
Whiskey number 12 is in day 12?
How is that possible?
I suppose it's not that big of a coincidence.
Probably not. It just felt cool to me.
It is cool.
Yeah.
And you know what else is cool? If your name's Bill Becker, you already know this. We have not repeated a single outfit yet.
This is the one thing I try to do during the Advent Tournament.
Enough nonsense. We don't know what's in these glasses. All we know is that one of these glasses we have in common. The other one is split today. So what are we drinking?
In your glass, the glass on the right there is number 30. I don't know what it is, but it's number 30.
Okay.
And then you have 12. And then I have number 7 and 12.
Your number 7 is so dark.
Are you having some...
Yeah, I'm
regret?
having a little bit of chooser's remorse over here. Have a look at the bottom of the screen. You can see what each of us is drinking, since we have nothing to introduce here. And let's give some tasting notes on the nose. Some aroma notes, I suppose.
Oak.
Got a lot of oak over here too.
A little pink. I like my pink colors. I don't know why. It just seems like light and fruity, but not fruit. Artificial fruit.
Mine smells like brown wine. It smells good.
Brown sugar in that, baby.
Glass 2, this is the one that we have in common.
It almost smells a little winey.
I agree with that. It is very light on the nose compared to glass 1.
The flavors are wonderful. It's almost like grapes.
That's what I was thinking, yeah.
Which
Grape
is
juice.
not a note that I gave in the first round.
I think we gave grape juice on something. Couldn't tell you what.
I didn't. Cheers. Day 12.
Cheers.
Jesus, like halfway there. Oh, this one's good. Oh, we're not drinking the same thing.
Did you say we're halfway there? We are over halfway. We're beyond the halfway point.
I think there's 24. Or we're on day 24 we make a decision.
I think we have 23 maybe.
Ooh, did you like your glass number 1? I forgot
I
this
did enjoy that.
Yeah, I enjoyed this one too. It's got a baby subtleness of honey roasted peanuts, which I actually really enjoy on this. There's really nice oak flavor on here. It doesn't drink super rich, but those flavors are really nice.
There's more age here, I think, or at least it tastes like there's more age here than you would think from the color.
I must say tobacco leaf. Because it's not an ashy flavor, it's not a tobacco flavor, but there's just like maybe you just like smelled some leaves or something. I don't know if I've ever done that, but it has a bit of that essence.
You're not a leaf smeller?
I'm a leaf smeller from way back.
I knew that about you.
Nice warmth.
This is subtle. This is very, very subtle.
Mine is subtle too, which is probably why they were matched up in that first round.
Could be. I mean, there is a nuttiness on the nose on glass 1, but it completely goes away on the palate. I don't get any of it on the palate.
This is delicious.
Mine is very sweet. I'm not the biggest fan of this.
Really interesting.
I like it well enough. I do. I think I want to taste glass number 2.
You feel conflicted.
A little conflicted right off the bat here.
Well, I was going to say it smells a little bit candy-ish, a little bit like the wine, but it also smells a little bit like cough syrup. But not in a bad way, just it's a little syrupy.
If I recall, this is the one that knocked out the Breckenridge High Proof.
Ah, yes. Oh, I feel like we struggled with this one. Maybe not, I don't remember. Just have a bit of a childhood flashback to when your mom made you take cough medicine before bed.
I was going to say cough syrup. Wow.
Oh, you don't want. He doesn't want either of them. He wants all the ones from yesterday and none of the ones from today.
Well, and what's in this matchup is going to go up against what won yesterday.
Oh shoot! Sorry, guys.
Yeah, a glass 2, not my jam today. I don't know what it was about it that I liked so much on the first round. Maybe it was just the lesser of two evils, but I gotta be honest, I'm not crazy about either one of these whiskeys right now. That cough syrup note on glass number 2 it's not appealing to me right now.
Yeah, we didn't say that on the first round, that's what it tasted like, but
we
man,
not?
did I have the cough syrup? No. I mean, I don't recall, because I don't recall anything, but
You are the 51st dates of whiskey.
yeah, but I definitely didn't make that note of a childhood recollection of my mom forcing cough syrup down my throat.
You know, it's not overwhelmingly cough syrupy the way a lot of whiskey can be. We usually, when we give that note, it's a huge turnoff. This is not as aggressive in that way, but it is reminiscent of it, and a lot of times that's enough to be a bit of a turnoff.
So what's interesting about glass number 2 is that it doesn't start off that way. I think there's really nice oak presence at the forefront.
And very fruity.
Yeah, and fruity. But mid-palate, it just kind of goes into that. And if you've had cough, obviously most people probably have, it kind of goes into that note.
You guys ever had cough syrup out there?
And then it kind of dissipates. So there's not a lot, like, I feel like the front end, and I wish there was like some sort of tail at the end that like brought through
something
oak
else,
or leather or something to kind of tie all these flavors together.
Or even like a rich vanilla or something like that. There's just
there feels a little disconnect in this one.
It's almost like a grape Dimetapp.
Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of. A little bit of the artificial grape note, a little bit of that cough syrup, and some spice.
And I would say that
else.
it could be the matchup, but we got the grape on the nose.
It might be the matchup. Let's go back the other direction here and see what else turns up in glass number 1. This might be a quick one for me. Yeah.
Am I being like extra picky today? I feel like I'm being like extra picky.
Are we just being kind of
Jerks.
basic? Are we being kind of basic today? As we drink these down, new flavors appearing all the time. We shouldn't be surprised by that.
No, of course not.
Glass number 2, that white grape note it's getting more artificial. And while I like the fruitiness of it, that artificial note is actually taking it a little bit out of the running for me.
Gotcha.
Occasionally I get that out of Buffalo Trace product.
Huh.
But there is a hint of vanilla coming around. There is some of that grape note. There's a nice balance here, and there's even some oak that's showing up on the nose now.
Yeah.
So this is a better competition than I was thinking it was off the bat.
As I'm nosing the glass, it really almost smells more like I'm drinking a wine than I'm drinking a bourbon. I know it doesn't drink that way, but on the nose, I would think that I was drinking some sort, like I was at a winery doing a tasting. It's really funny. And you said something about the grape note, and that's what I'm getting here.
Yeah, I like hanging out in a winery area where they're aging things in those wood casks, and you get that aroma on your nose. If I didn't know better, I might think that this was a finished whiskey in glass number 2.
I will say, there is a nice candy note that's showing up here now that I'm almost drank the glass down.
Very sweet. Very, very sweet.
Yeah, there is sweetness to there. Nice vanilla. I can see why this moved forward in the first round. Mm-hmm. There's things that I really liked. I think it just got overshadowed by whatever's in my glass number 1.
Does that mean that you have a decision?
Oh, shoot.
Let's do if you're ready, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
1, 2, 3. Okay.
Bummer. I mean, it's really good, but then we have to say, like, there was a reason that we moved forward to glass number 12, and it's kind of sad to see it go for both of us.
Yeah, whiskey number 12, I think it has a lot to offer. And if you like a sweet whiskey, and if you like that grape note, I think it is a very nice whiskey. It's very approachable. If you just walked up and grabbed it off the shelf and it didn't have to match up against something else, I could definitely see why it would be appealing.
Yeah.
Glass number 1, to me, is just a little more well-balanced. It has a little earthiness. It has a peanut chocolate thing that's sort of tempering the sweetness.
Yeah.
And that balance is why I chose glass number 1.
So for me, as much as I like very, very sweet things, which
you
all know, there was just something about glass number 1. There was a little bit of earthy tones, a little bit complexity in there that I really liked that offset the sweetness. So it wasn't so much about the sweetness in this matchup. It was just more about the balance that I found in glass number 1, and that's why I moved it forward. All right, so we say goodbye to whiskey number 12, which is kind of sad.
It is kind of sad. There is some leather here, by the way, on the nose. You mentioned leather earlier. There it is.
Oh, so a big thank you to Teresa Martinez for this sample. Number 12, John J. Bowman Single Barrel, 100 proof, on the dot, non-age stated. And we don't get Bowman single barrels here, so it was fun to try this one.
2 different whiskeys move ahead for each one of us for the next round, and from wherever we are.
To wherever you are.
Cheers.
Cheers. See you tomorrow.
Glass number 1 tastes like a Reese's peanut butter cup, and I like it.
Oh, yeah, it's hard to beat. Do you know who looks good in Bourbon Van apparel? You do. Go to thebourbonvan.com and gear up today.